Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm PackRat556, and I'm bringing you a gear review from the field today on the Maxpedition Vulture II Backpack, which is Maxpedition's largest offering on a traditional backpack. The Maxpedition has an internal capacity of 2,810 cubic inches, which makes it an excellent backpack for a 3 and even up to a 5-day outing into the great outdoors. I've personally been using this Vulture II, which you're looking at, since the beginning of 2010 pretty consistently, and I've been very pleased with everything that the pack has to offer, including the construction and the features. And for a frameless pack, this pack is extremely comfortable to carry even with a heavy load. So today I wanted to take the time to show you all the features of the backpack and what it has to offer. And if you're looking for a large capacity backpack, the Vulture II may be perfect for you. Stick with me and let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look at the features on the exterior of the backpack. First of all, I'd like to say that Maxpedition does an excellent job of creating high quality gear because they do use a 1000 denier nylon, which is Teflon treated to create water repellency and soil resistance. And this pack is excellent. If you get it dirty, you can just take a wet rag and wipe it down and it cleans up great. The other thing I like to say is Maxpedition makes their packs so flexible because they do use so much of the Molle Pals webbing, which you see here on the front, and also all around the pack there's different attachment points, which I'll show you. But Maxpedition does not cut any corners when it comes to using the best of materials to create their packs. Maxpedition also uses the highest quality YKK heavyweight zippers with authentic 550 paracord pulls. So therefore, when your hands are in a glove or something like that, you can still get a hold of these zippers. And they're really rugged, yank, and crank kind of zippers, which you don't have to worry about messing up on you while you're out in the field. They also use SRB, silent release buckles, which are really good quality buckles as well and are going to last a long time. To look at this actual particular pack, starting here you have this large, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 5 different loop points here that you can use for attachment. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crossed with 2 rows of that Pals webbing. This gives you a lot of flexibility up front. Looking at the side of the bag, you can see that you have another 3 rows of that for attaching all kinds of gear, whatever you might want to do. And both sides have that same feature. So both sides of this pack offer you a lot as far as attachment points. Also, you can see on the actual waist belt, there are attachment points on both sides of that as well. If we look at the front of the pack again, you can see we've got a compression strap, which is a Y-shaped compression strap, which comes over the top and helps to compress all the gear together. And as you might have noticed on both sides, I also have 2, one down low and one up midway of the pack on both sides. So it's got 5 different compression straps, which is really important to me because if you're hiking, especially if you're not carrying a full load, which is highly possible with this particular pack, because it is so large. Let's say you're just hiking for the day, or maybe you've got minimal gear in your pack. If you're hiking on uneven ground, sometimes that gear shifting can cause you to lose your balance. So being able to compress that gear down tight inside your pack is a really helpful feature. Also, if you're using this pack for hunting and you don't want to be noisy with your gear shaking and that type of thing, it's to help to keep everything tight in your pack. Let's take a look at the shoulder harness system of the Maxpedition Vulture II. First of all, you can see we do have a waist belt down low, which has a nice buckle. It's completely adjustable. And one of the things I really like is they do provide this extra strap here so you can take up any of the excess webbing there. That way it's not flopping all around and getting caught on other gear. But you can see you do have those attachment points here on the waist belt. And it also does have a cross chest carry strap here as well, which really helps to get that weight of the pack off of your back and more onto your hips. And helps distribute the weight a little bit better. You can see coming down here we do have loops which we can use. This is a hydration compatible pack, which the compartment is right here for that. But if you have your water bladder in here and you're running the straw outside this top Velcro flap right here, you can see what that looks like. That's where your straw will come out. You just run that down and you've got plenty of loops. You even have these D-rings here, which I've got my paste beads connected to. But you've got a place to connect all that stuff up with. So the straps are very flexible. One of the other things too is they've got this really nice padding here in the straps, and also because of the angle of the straps, they're very comfortable across your shoulders. And talking about carrying it with comfort, this back pad, which I know you're probably not going to be able to see, but this is a really padded part to the pack right here, which really does make it comfortable when it's setting up against your back. So for a frameless pack, I would say this is probably one of the most comfortable packs that I think I've ever carried. So the harness system on this pack is really first class. Two, to mention this carry handle here. Sometimes when you're going to get your bag up to put it onto your shoulder, it's nice to have this because you can grab hold of it. Also, when you're transporting it from your home into your vehicle, from your vehicle, and you're taking it out, this gives you a point to grab hold, especially when you have a full load, and that really makes that much more convenient. One more feature that I'd like to point out on the exterior of the pack is on the bottom, which is this rubber platform that Maxpedition uses on their packs. I really like this feature because when you set your backpack down on the ground, a lot of backpacks have a tendency to roll over. And this one has the characteristic of it will stand up because of this really firm support down at the bottom. Also, with this being a rubber platform here, when you set it down on the moist ground, you have no worry about moisture or water getting into your gear. The other thing is they've added these attachment points down at the bottom, which gives you flexibility for adding a compression sack for like a sleep system, or expanding your capacity in whatever way you see fit, just using webbing straps to run through there. So I really like this feature. Okay, now that I've shown you the main features on the exterior of the pack, let's take a look at the four main inner chambers of the backpack. The first one is the slip pocket here. Once I release the Y compression strap, available by zipper is a little horizontal, or excuse me, diagonal slip pocket here. And this pocket is actually quite large. It's the whole size of the pack here. It's not a real deep pocket, but it does have plenty of capacity for, like, I have a personal microfiber rag, 100 foot of paracord, and my cellular telephone is in here as well. But you could put gloves, flashlight, whatever type of things that you think you might need to get to real quick. Insect repellent, which is my case today. But anyway, that's the first pocket on the pack. The second layer here is where the bulk of my gear goes. A lot of the things that I've used a lot in the field go in here. And I'm going to fold this down so you can see as best I can show you. And I by no means have this fully loaded right now, but it has an organizer in it. And that organizer can hold so many different things, like my little screwdriver here, my Strike Force, Maxpedition Right in the Rain notebook cover, insect repellent, compass. I got my axe and gloves in here. There's just a lot of room in here for whatever you might need to get quick access to in the field. And this zipper goes about halfway down the pack, as you can see here. Now, the main compartment is pretty simple. You do have to release the four compression straps on the side of the pack in order to get access to the main compartment. So you would put things in there that you wouldn't need to access quickly in the field. But the nice thing about this is it does fold all the way open. Actually, not all the way, but about 2/3 of the way down at least. And that way you still have a pocket inside to hold. You can see how that gear's sitting there. It's not falling out. I really like that feature. The only thing on the inside of this big compartment right here is just a little zipper net pouch right here you can see on the back, which you can just stick some small things. I've got my mosquito head net in there right now. But you can see I've got a 1-quart canteen, a poncho, a tarp, an accessory pack, a SOG knife, a saw, a trowel in here, all of that, and I've still got plenty of room. So you can pack everything that you need for your trip and fit it in that main compartment of this backpack. The last compartment that I wanted to show you on the inside of the pack is, which I made mention of, the hydration bladder pocket. This goes from about the center of the pack midway and comes down the side here. When you open that up, there's that compartment, which I just have a heavyweight space blanket in there right now for some extra padding. But on the inside here, you can put a huge hydration bladder. There is some Velcro, hook and loop Velcro inside of here. I'm not sure how well you guys are going to be able to see that. But that's available too, which if you like to use concealed carry, you can put yourself a holster in here and you can use that kind of semi-private compartment there to keep your concealed carry. One thing I did fail to mention is maybe you don't want to carry this, have this belt around when you're carrying your backpack. It does have two little slip parts here, which if you want to hide that strap, all you have to do is just stuff it in, and that actually puts it into the hydration bladder compartment right there. So if you don't want to carry a waist belt or carry your pack with a waist belt, maybe you're carrying a light load, you can stuff that in there and it is out of your way. Okay guys, well that's the Maxpedition Vulture II Backpack. One of my personal favorites in my backpack collection and one of my favorite offerings from Maxpedition. Remember, if you're interested in more details about this backpack or to order, it's www.maxpedition.com. while you're there, don't just check out the backpack line. Make sure you see all their other fine quality gears. They have a lot of really good offerings through that website. I appreciate you guys' interest and your support, and stay tuned.